Well, that's good. Under minutes, like I was visiting with Margie just before the meeting started, I think I believe everything that I have, I sent over to Margie or had given it to her, but I may have something on that, but I'm not sure, and I'll look. And if I do have something, I'll make it available the next meeting. So
yeah, you had indicated that at that meeting you were going to write a response to one of Tricia Kuhn's letters. And so perhaps if you have a correspondence file that you've written or something, it might be with those.
Is that I guess I'm drawing a blank, Margie. I mean, Judy. No, I was going to write a letter to one of the letters that was written earlier.
Yeah, that indicated whatever it was she said could be proved because it was on tape, and you indicated you'd respond to her indicating the district is not in possession of any tapes. So that's what you had.
Okay, well, I don't believe I did that if I said that I was going to. And that would have been about when, do you think? And that would have been a letter to
You're going to
Lena?
Pat.
Oh, to Pat?
And when was that meeting?
April.
April's meeting.
The last meeting. Yeah.
Well, if I did write a letter, of course, it would be part of our record.
It's not in the April minutes.
But I don't recall that, so I'm not sure. I'll make a note. I'll look, see if I don't have anything on it, I'm sure. But okay. Public comment.
Well, before we leave the minutes, like the minutes that I have are April and October. Is that the written ones?
September.
September.
Also, we adopted.
But anything prior to that that's not in our possession and evidently was not taken by our secretary, the secretary of the board at that time, if it was a recording and to be done later or whatever, I'd either like to get those done or start fresh from tonight so that this organization can move forward and not
absolutely
dwell on some of the stuff in the past that really hasn't anything to do with the sewer and water district.
Yeah, well, it doesn't. And I think the minutes of meetings that are in question are January and March. Is that right?
January and March.
January and March. And I'll look to see if there's any evidence of their existence. That's all I can do right now.
Yeah.
And those letters.
What letter?
From John Cornish.
Yeah, if they're in existence.
And Lena's resignation.
Well, we know they exist.
Yeah, the letters.
And Dan's too. I couldn't find Dan's in the folder.
Okay.
Yeah, it was given to Lena, I know, at that meeting that Dan was at. And then,
Could you touch base with her and see?
with Lena?
Yeah.
If that stuff exists and if it's necessary to do anything with it, if not, just
I
let
think
it
it just needs to go in the files to have it available in the files so we can
move on.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks. Oh, excuse me. Financial report. So I'll ask the secretary for what she has available.
Okay. I wrote a check to the post office, 10/19 for $42. That actually, I was supposed to get half a year, and I did only get half a year, but the box had been closed, and rekeyed, whatever they call it. And so I had to pay $42 for 6 months because I had to buy 2 new keys and pay for the relocking. So it was $42 for 6 months to get that taken care of. And they also said they had sent back some mail. I don't know where to, so that
When
mail's gone.
did they say they closed that?
I don't know. I don't know.
It was a bill for box rent, wasn't there? Did we open one last time or no?
Yeah.
It was due in, what, 1st September, is that when I was due? I can't remember. But maybe we didn't ever have that bill.
I had everything here.
Yeah.
Well, that's,
Anyway.
that's just an administrative thing. I just was curious when that closed, but the anniversary basically now is the middle of October after you paid the last one, so we just need to keep that in
Well,
mind.
we get a bill. We get a bill for it.
Yeah.
So, always. So, but,
Okay.
that's just one of the delinquent accounts we have
Well,
now.
that'll
Okay.
come into full business.
Yeah.
So I paid that bill for $42 for the post office, and that means the balance in the checkbook at $2,088.53, and that's what the bank statement says when I received it at the end of October.
Okay.
My savings account, I didn't have anything from, like, maybe in the summer one came. So yesterday I went to the bank and got a copy of the savings account, and it's $13,155.83.
Did you say 16?
13.
13.
Oh, 13,000.
Oh, I can unplug my ears.
155.83.
Thank you.
And then the county fund warrant, the last one I got, and that was the end of October 2, and it was $7,316.25. And so on that copy of the savings account I got yesterday, it said interest to date was $38.17. Now, while I'm doing the financial report, Matt, did you go to the courthouse and did you ask anything about that? Or?
I didn't get a chance to go to the courthouse,
Okay.
but I did do a little research in the Montana code. And basically, the way this is left in the local government chapter in the code, it says local government has a right but not a duty to purchase insurance to protect against claims for injury to a person or property. It's a short summation. Along with
Okay, is that one of the items on the agenda? I think it is, isn't it? No, that's a non-insurance. Or you're just talking about...
So this is they asked me if I checked into this.
About the
About
money.
insurance.
I was talking about the money at the county. But you didn't go to the courthouse.
No, I didn't get to.
Well, do you guys want to direct me to write a request for that to come and get into our savings account? 7,000?
I think there's some question there about that, is that with a sewer board that doesn't have a facility, et cetera, that there's actually probably no reason to be putting that into a checking account or savings account at this point in time.
You're talking about the county?
Yeah.
The $7,000.
Yeah.
Why would that be any different today than it was 6 months ago or whenever they put the last into the savings? It would be, to me, unknowingly, it would be a whole lot easier if all the money was in one pot rather than, and if it's not the county's, it's this district's. Elected for this district, is that correct?
Yes.
That's correct.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
The resolution that was passed by the commissioners way back in '09, I believe it was, that they agreed to have the county collect the fees, assessments, taxes, things for the district. And in saying that, it is the treasurer collects it and disperses it because they collect it for our costs. And we didn't have any trouble until last fall, and then they just quit responding to requests.
Now, who's the they? Who's they?
County treasurer.
Oh, they quit responding to requests for the transfer.
Margie had faxed a request, she had signed the request.
In front of her, but then like that.
House, yeah. And I don't know if Lena ever requested it or not, because we don't have any minutes on that, but I think we need to get that money in.
I think due diligence would be to go through whatever the proper procedures are to request that money be put into our savings account or wherever.
They send a check and I deposit it.
Right, wherever it goes. And if we don't get a response, we'll take that up at the next
meeting. Yeah.
So we have it. I mean, that's.
We need to make a motion to ask for that.
I so move.
It's been
Second.
moved and seconded to ask the county to, I guess, use due diligence and transfer monies for the Florence County Water and Sewer Board to the Florence County Water and Sewer Board.
Yeah.
For written correspondence. It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None opposed. The motion carries. So Margie, you'll prepare that letter?
I will.
Thank you. All right. Financial report has been delivered. Is there any other comments, changes, questions on that? Is there
I guess the question is there anything outstanding as far as bills that's not going to be covered under old business that would be in this category?
Not that I know of. The post office was paid and
I just was wondering if there's something in the financial
the only
report that was
thing we might have.
laying around like the other stuff.
I've been helping Margie some
Oh,
of
God,
that promise. And we will have a financial report back up and going, but we've been swamped.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Thanks, Steve.
I'm just thinking right now, I'm kind of, drawing a question I need some help on. Now, do we need to make a motion on this and approve it as it stands? I don't think we've ever done that.
Well, we don't have
We don't have enough information to approve it.
You know,
we got one. So
Yeah, it's what we need to,
Just enter it in the record.
information from the county. Because a couple other organizations, they always approve their financial report on a monthly basis.
Proving something we don't know.
Yeah, well, in this case, you're right.
But other than getting these current numbers into the minutes is our record that we are aware of. Until we get a financial report for review, we can't.
And I do have the current. Like I said, I got a copy from the bank.
No, that's all right.
No, we're good. I was just thinking, because I was trying to remember if we've done that in this organization. I didn't believe that we did, but a couple of other ones that I belong to, they do approve the financial statement on a monthly basis. So I just wanted
Mr. Chairman, I believe, most of the organizations I belong to make a motion to approve the treasurer's report.
Yeah.
And I certainly would make a motion to approve the treasurer's report on the books as we understand them at this point.
Is there a second?
I'll second that.
I believe that's probably correct, because once we approve those, they can be entered in the minutes as a matter of record. So it's been moved to approve the treasurer's report. Seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? None opposed. Motion carried. Okay. Public comment subjects not on tonight's agenda.
Public comment, any public comment?
Mike, you're our public. Do you have anything that you need brought up tonight?
I feel like saying.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess,
Wasn't really here to talk, just here to listen.
Okay.
I guess I'm a little bit, I'm just going to say a couple of things during this period because I probably would have done it in response to somebody else's comments. But, yeah, I've been gone for a while. Some cases, I mean, and you've had business and you've done things, and I'm generally aware, I guess, via the minutes, what's taken place, and I guess I was 100% unaware of one of the items on the agenda later tonight, and I just want to make you aware of that. And that's the date for a special meeting, and we can discuss that at that time. So I just want to make that note. Move on now.
Mr. Chairman, it's my understanding, I think everybody here, that once we had our meeting, that Margie was going to go over that with you. I mean, when you visited with Ray about our meeting. Is that correct?
Well, when I went to pick up the stuff, he was
Yeah.
busy getting ready to go. I don't think I can.
Oh, okay.
Because we had
I would have
the fire hall.
assumed at that time you'd ask any questions you wanted.
Well,
We haven't secured the fire hall either.
No, I know, but I mean, if you wanted to know what we did and didn't do, that would have been the time to ask the questions, because it surely wasn't anybody's idea to not keep you informed of anything.
And I understand that. I appreciate the comments, Steve. And like I say, I need to use, like I mentioned earlier, maybe some due diligence and following up on what not around and not available to see what took place. And, having a paucity of, or a lack of minutes for some of those meetings, it's hard for me to
Well,
go down through it.
the October minutes weren't presented till tonight, Ray.
Well, I know where we're at.
Yeah.
I know where we're at. It just, it leaves me a little bit of a quandary here on where to go on some of these issues. So, anyway, that being said, you have some correspondence that we needed to work on tonight or be aware of?
Well, I'll just start out with the top, what I got here, okay? 10:24, and I opened this, and I should have waited till the meeting, which I got a couple, this was in the mail like this, but it hasn't been opened yet. It's from the Farmer State Bank. But I got a letter here from Pat Coombs, received at 10:24 in that area. And I'll pass it down, the self-stamped envelope.
Yeah, she sent me an email on that. She's requested something.
She had requested the October minutes, was it? September minutes.
Help me out on the September minutes. And I guess I haven't seen them, but if those are available.
What's on that slide on your left side of your yellow sheet there? What is that? Right right here. Yeah, what is that? No, there. What's that?
That's the minutes of regular meeting in September.
Yeah.
Okay, well, if we have those, certainly those can be made available, and I would
Mr. President,
do that.
this request has come from a person with a very large past due account with the district, and she has refused to pay it, and we have not settled that. Other people have requested information, and they have paid for it. And
I think that's
no. This is the bill she refused to pay. She paid all those 80 copies, but she refused to pay the $16 for the copy.
Well, I'll tell you what.
And if she didn't pay for the copy, she doesn't really deserve anything else, and we're going to have to refund to all the other people that paid for copies, because I do not believe any one person is better than another.
I thought we'd settled that issue sometime in the
I
past.
can't find it anywhere,
She paid $10 for the postage.
but not
Is
for
there
the 16 for the copy.
She gave $10 for the postage.
Question, I'm sorry, I'm not Rob Woodward kind of guy. Just a question. September's minutes is one page.
Yes.
I don't know, I think that $16 is stuff is owed to us, and I'm assuming somewhere we'll be able to collect that because it's in the minutes, or take care of it. Of course, you send $1 in a self-addressed stamped envelope. I have no problem with taking $1 and sending her a copy of September's minutes. And I wouldn't, in my way of thinking, it's not to have to refund anybody anything. We're just carrying on, and it's two separate entities. And whether, her not paying the $16 and the other people paying, and her requesting one copy for $1, I agree with Judy that we may not owe her that ethically.
Right.
We owe her that because that's how we did everybody else.
Okay.
And and thanks, Steve, I appreciate you putting that in a nutshell. And
I'd assume she can have my copy and there's no expense.
Yeah,
You have the September minutes.
Yeah, I put a little bit in.
yeah, there's a copy of the
September
minutes
minutes.
here.
Oh, minutes, no, I don't have them.
And,
If we have.
If the board is going to, and that's fine, give her September minutes, I don't care. But by refusing to pay a statement for copies she requested, it is very difficult to sit here and look at people who have also paid for copies, but they paid right away. They wrote a check to the district. The district made the effort. They sent her
Receive
8
that
pages.
statement.
Hmm?
I got to receive that statement, just they paid right away.
Well,
Yeah,
he had a heart attack the
And I
night.
have a report, Mr. Chairman.
yes.
To keep you up to date, Steve, Pat, I copied 80 copies for Pat, 80. She wanted all the stuff she hasn't had copies of. So, she sent it to me, registered mail, and through the sewer district, and I sent it back registered mail. She wanted to come to my house to pick it up. I said, no, I want you my property. But, going back to when Pat was president, one member of the public got 3 copies, got $20, 60, because she charged him mileage to go to Davisville and make a copy.
Yeah, we discussed that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So here we are. What's good for one is good for another.
I agree, and I wasn't part of the board at that
I know,
time.
neither was I.
But when we get to that,
Okay.
I think I have what I would do if it were my business.
Okay,
Get the copies.
great.
They pay me, they can have them.
I will take that back, Ray, and I will send the copies back.
And then
Okay, I'm going to keep my copy then, and I'll just give you a letter back, and you can,
a note that
you'll
we
send
just,
her.
I imagine she'll want a signed copy, won't you?
and I then just make note that she pays the $1 and it goes to the.
Put the minutes in.
But
Do
I
have
just
a
think
signed
that.
copy?
Yeah. You can make it copy.
Yeah.
Are you going to make a copy for signature, Judy?
Yeah.
Is that what it is? All right, let's move on to the next one.
For correspondence.
Correspondence.
Oh, I was trying to make notes here.
Yeah, well, make some notes if you need to.
Request
I don't want to get behind.
September, okay. Yeah. Number 1. Okay, next one. Farmer State Bank. Where's my header? This isn't an order, it's just I piled it up here. This just came in the mail. and I think I know what it's for. Oh, it's for Nat and Ray to sign.
That's the new.
That's for the new
signature
yeah,
cards.
mm-hmm.
Well, let's add our signatures, and you can return that to the bank.
An envelope stamp. Okay. This letter I'm opening is from Regina. Congratulations on being elected by acclamation to the office of director. Enclosed, you'll find your certificate of election.
Who's that to?
This is from Regina to the.
One's to Steve and one's to Matt.
One's to Steve and one's to Matt.
Did
Here's
you
Matt.
get yours in the mail?
Right
You
here.
mail them.
Yeah.
This is just a copy. It's just a copy for the district.
Oh, those are mine then, okay.
Because I have that same letter and a certificate.
Oh, okay.
You had to look that up to see how that process worked, because I knew you guys were going to be coming to the meetings, and I wasn't sure how all that was going to come together, but I satisfied myself, so I didn't worry about it.
I need that back. That's for the board.
Before it's director.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Okay. I received this 520. These are in order from Regina.
Now, let's see, what's Regina's position again?
Yeah.
She's what?
Clerk recorder.
Recorder?
Yeah. Okay, but this is Ravalli County Commissioners. This was received 526. Ray, this was in that packet you gave me in that box, okay? Received by, and 526 is written on the envelope, but we opened it. Ray Thompson, Florence Water and Sewer District, anyhow, Mr. Thompson. We are in receipt of a resignation letter dated May 5, 2011 by Dean Navarro to the Florence Water and Sewer District. Because this is a 5-member board, it is necessary for the commissioners to appoint someone to fill Nina's position. I understand her position would have ended this November 2011. The commissioners will be advertising for this open position, and your board is certainly welcome to submit any recommendations to the commissioners for appointment. If I am incorrect in this information, please contact me at the above number. Glenda Wyatt. This is from Glenda.
Okay.
Okay.
And that's, I believe that's what happened.
No, it's not.
Well, that's,
This is from Regina, the next two. Florence County Water Sewer District, take care of Margie. It's election time again. This year the election, this was 6/14. That's what the envelope said. This year the election will be held November 8th. Filing will open June 27, 2011. This year we show the following positions up for election: Danny Williamson and Lena Barlow. And it goes in close, you'll find the petition filings and everything. It's just that's over and done with, because it was 6/14. Okay, this was 8/29 from Regina, election administrator, regarding cancellation of 2011 water and or sewer district election. And it says the following have submitted petitions for nomination: Matt Brainerd and Steve Shirtley. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
That was dated 8/29. Then, this is a copy, Florence County Water and Sewer.
That's after
Oh, this is,
September, maybe, the letter we sent you.
oh, this is about the letter that we sent to Ray, we signed and sent to Ray about the meeting and for him to find us a place, okay? Then here's the,
quick question.
so
the county commissioners never appointed anyone?
They don't have the power.
That was my understanding.
Yeah.
So that was just moot?
A lucky fluke
Yeah.
that we've heard about the hearing. Matt represented Florence well, and
Great.
he's done, the
Okay,
commissioner.
so nothing became of it, it's null and void,
What
okay.
the commissioner said, well, we were told,
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So, but
And,
it's,
and
Well,
what,
there's a lot, excuse me, there's a lot of, information coming from a variety of sources, and, I guess to put it, bluntly, a lot of it's suspect until you can prove it through either the bylaws or, state code. And, I guess that's one thing I've learned over the last year or so, that you need to go directly to the current code.
exactly.
well,
Because sometimes old codes have been changed and they're not correct and you can't use them. Go ahead.
in your packets, I made you each a copy of the bylaws
Mhm.
on the
So,
left side.
thank you.
And then Judy made you a copy of, but, in our bylaws, it states right there, and that's how you guys, the old board appointed was by the board,
Yeah.
So,
And I appreciate
like
that.
Regina said, that was,
Before
yeah.
next meeting, 'cause I,
Okay, this letter was dated September 8th, local government, this is from Helena, and I think it's to do with all of this stuff here.
And the other stuff is, what's the subject?
in the delinquent report.
Yeah, there's one 525 and 719, and now this is the second request for the report. And we don't have the report, do we? We don't have.
What's the report?
The
can you
annual
just read the
financial-
letter and see what we
Okay,
need?
to the Florence County Water and Sewer from the Montana Department of Administration Local Government Service Bureau, annual financial report. In December 2010, we mailed to your local government an annual financial report and an annual financial report filing fee form. Your annual financial report for the year ended December 31, 2010. The annual financial report filing fee form and the filing fee itself is applicable were required by state law to be filed with the Department of Administration by June 30, 2011. As of date of this meeting, we have not yet received a report from your entity. If an entity annual financial report and the filing fee form are not received by the date set by law, penalties as set out in Section 2-7-517 MCA and sections of the and I'm going to skip the number, administrative rules of Montana may be imposed. Please check and complete the applicable statements or statements. Please return this form. Is this the form? This isn't the form either, though, is it? We are unable to download the annual financial report from your website. And it gives, please send copies of annual financial report and filing fee form to address. Other reasons report has not been filed. Annual financial report enclosed. Our annual financial report and filing fee form will be filed with the Department of Administration by, and it leaves everything empty.
Mm-hmm.
So that was in last,
Go ahead.
so they sent that.
And that
December.
was due at the end of June, is that?
Yes, June 30th.
Okay. And
So here
did I
is-
hear somebody say that we don't have whatever background information we needed to develop that
No.
form, or?
Right out of the check. That's how we've always done it.
But we don't have the form.
Well, there was a form, Margie. It came in late December and was last quickly at the January meeting.
Would you repeat that?
I said the forms that they said they sent us arrived in late December. They were given to Lena at the January meeting as the Secretary-Treasurer, who always completes the annual financial report. So she must have the forms, or they're in a box somewhere.
Yeah, and
It's not in here with the annual report.
No, those are through
yeah,
09.
Yeah.
I guess I felt comfortable when I picked all this stuff up from Lena that all of it was there, but and I haven't talked to her in any detail about what, if anything, she might have found since that date.
Well, the forms are available online. Okay?
Well, I'm sure
So what we
they
have to do is get that done, but it's done by the Secretary-Treasurer, which whatever you want to do.
Yeah, well, we've certainly have that position filled now, and I guess I don't know, Margie, how comfortable you are trying to find that stuff, and we may have to.
I'll have Judy help me. Have
Yeah,
you done it online before?
We don't do it online, you just download the form.
Yeah, just get the forms online. That's what I was going to say. Somebody needs to bring those offline so that they can be filled out. But here's my suggestion on that. If you feel comfortable doing that, I would like to see the end product before it's mailed. And I don't know if I have to sign anything on that or not. Do you know?
Just the secretary?
Yes,
Or just
the
secretary?
president usually signs it.
Okay.
Yeah. So
It's just a simple income expense statement,
well,
period.
I'm sure it
That's all
probably is,
is.
but I'm unaware of that because I haven't seen it.
You got one last year?
Well, we probably did, but if,
It's just that it takes us an awful lot of time to make copies to refresh everybody. You know, we've done, you've been on the board 5 years now. It's been done every year,
Yeah.
presented to the board every year, so.
it probably has.
Yeah.
You know, some of those kinds of things are basically stuck there, and if I happen to be in the signatory spot, I would sign it and move on. And
Question, Mr. Chairman.
yes,
Would it be prudent for us to contact this prior to just mailing it in late and tell them that we haven't, basically the board was non-functioning for X number of months, and this was in correspondence that had not been opened, and that we are doing due diligence and may escape some late fees and penalties by a courtesy call,
Send them this, don't send them.
right?
that would be prudent.
I move
That would be
that
prudent
we
to do
fill
that.
out the blank on this where it says our form will be filed by, and put the date of December 15 in there and mail it to the Department of Administration. That's all we
Now,
have to do.
based on Steve's suggestion, and maybe it doesn't have any part in this kind of correspondence, to put a short cover letter on that.
They don't want a cover letter.
Well, they may not want that, but
But it may-
asking what we want.
We may avoid some penalties and
Yes,
fees.
and
Well, we give us an opportunity without penalties to tell them when we're going to mail it in.
Okay, I was not aware of that.
Yeah, that's what it says in this.
well, that will work. And I appreciate your comment, Steve. That's a good one.
Well, it wasn't comment, Ray, it was a motion.
Well, it's okay. It was a comment at that point.
At that
Board
point,
information.
if you wanted to change it to a motion, we'll do
Fill
that.
out form by December 15th and mail.
And we will put the reasons why it hasn't been filed.
Yeah, other reason report has not been filed is on here.
That's good.
And our financial report will be filled out, filed with the department by December 15th, huh?
Because I'm headed out first thing in the morning to go see with my son.
And where is he again?
Here.
Here.
If I wasn't so dedicated to this district, I'd have been on the way this morning.
Sorry, Judy.
No.
Well, let's see, I hadn't thought. What I would do on that, Margie, is, and I think Steve made a good suggestion, that we did have, the board was not functioning due to basically my absence and resignation of
Key officials.
key board members, and just leave it at that.
Okay, I need a second on that motion.
So,
It's been, let's see, trying to follow where everybody's going on this. It's been moved and seconded to complete this form, and you'll add comment to state the nature of the board over the past year, and to give them a completion date of December, 15th, 2011. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
You can practice because we have another one coming in too.
Yeah.
Is that a semi-annual thing that you have to do? Oh, annual. Yeah. Oh,
Am I gonna keep that and send it back? or
No.
what?
No, you're gonna put it in.
Put it in the treasurer,
Put it in the bank, okay.
the bank.
God, I hate to be $1 deposit.
yeah, well,
So it goes, huh?
that's
Get
better
enough of them, you
than
can buy lunch.
Okay, let me,
I
where's the dollar? What did I do with that dollar?
always thought I was doing a good thing when I was taking my paper routes. I went down with my $5.30 of profit for the month.
Okay, Ray, in the stuff you gave me, I found a post office receipt that you sent something to Hamilton, and did you never got the money, the $2.08?
Yeah, that's, I
What's
sent,
that about?
that was, the validation of, properties within the Florence County Water and Sewer Board. Basically, it's a listing of all the properties
Okay,
in the board, or in the district.
okay, here's the letter that you wrote. Do you remember that?
I remember writing, but I
Yeah.
don't remember
What
exactly
date?
what I said.
I don't know, 818, Ravalli County Treasurer Office. Attention Linda, there are no corrections to the enclosed district report. Report total parcels 254. The FCWSB does not have the capability to put the enclosed information in the spreadsheet form. Sincerely, Ray. Okay, so I owe you 208 for that.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, it's not a big issue, but I didn't want to just leave that out and have that hanging because we get in these little.
And this is a copy of like the property space.
Yeah, that's.
I
that-
wonder about Danny Williamson sold their home since the last tax and
There's-
but I didn't, I mean, and I noticed there were no changes, and yet I know of at least 2 properties that have.
Well, there likely, is, and I think I considered where Dan was at on that, and they on the closing date. I don't know what it was, but there was some reason that I didn't.
Did you have last year's to compare that to?
Yeah, it's in the file.
Okay.
And yeah, this was this was an exercise for me from many facets. It's kind of superfluous information, but found out who a lot of the people were that were.
Well,
and
the only way new people get theirs is with that list, right? So, but too late now.
Yeah, there's quite a.
Had to be in August.
Well, it was.
Okay.
And it will be done
What's
again.
next? Is correspondence stuff?
Yeah, that was the last one, of course.
Great.
Okay, I guess I'm curious because there seems to be, I don't know, it seemed to me I handed you quite a bit of stuff, and maybe some of it was all superfluous. I don't know if we jumped in or whatever. Because there was probably, I don't know, 18 to 20 letters, maybe more, in that bundle of stuff they gave you, and
They were all mainly bank statements and warranty.
maybe that's what they were.
And warrant, from the county warrant.
Okay.
And one savings thing, I saw one savings, that's all But we opened everything at the meeting.
Yeah, well, I think I asked you to make sure that was done.
Yeah, I didn't even go through it until we went to the meeting. We all took some.
Oh, you picked it up on the way to the meeting.
Yeah, well, that's, I just wanted to make sure, I can see now where my perception of how many letters there was would be wrong if a fair portion of those were the monthly bank statements and that sort of thing. So, good. No other correspondence?
That was it. That thing was
Old business. we discussed the post office box rent earlier. Are there additional needs there?
The only, I'd like to say, just,
Marty?
it's too bad that
Judy,
they,
I keep calling him. Sorry. Judy, go ahead.
I just think it's too bad that we charge the public twice for a 6-month post office because the bill isn't paid.
Well, that's one of those things too that, I guess I felt like, I wasn't even aware that needed to do that, until I picked up some of this stuff, from the box after I returned from Alaska.
There should have been a bill somewhere. Someone has a copy.
Well,
maybe they sent it back to themselves.
Yeah, and I'm sure there probably was or would have been, but I guess I wasn't.
Well, it's just, that's all I have to say.
Yeah.
Judy, I kind of agree with you, but one of my whole essence of spending the time here is to get past with the past and get current and start forward with the business. And there really wasn't anything we could do about that because of the defunct meetings, you know.
But as the local government, we are responsible.
I know, but
and to make note of it, I think is important, not to spend any more time on it. Just
right, I agree.
It should have been.
It was unfortunate that we had to do that, but we had to do that.
Well, there was no question. Yeah. We've never done it before.
I just noticed in going back and what postage bill I found that the box had been rekeyed. That's the second time a box has been rekeyed for the sewer district.
Yeah, we did that, I think, at behest of Pat Coombs probably, when we changed board leadership at some time in the past. I don't have a date on that, but that's the only time I'm aware of that has been repeated. So anyway, but I'll say that. Anything more on the post office?
Yeah, you can find your check there too. That's for your postage. I lost my agenda. Okay. Oh, post office.
Okay, public hearing, December 9th, topic elimination of tax notification process.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they're all.
Those are the ones for him.
That's on a Friday?
Yes, it is.
Point of information, is there a time frame that we need to notify the public prior to doing a meeting?
Yes.
And that's what I'm
Yeah, I think.
The notice has gone to the newspaper for publication twice.
It already has gone.
Well, we had to get it in today in order to get it in Friday's paper, and then the next Friday's paper, or it'd be too late, we couldn't have a meeting on December.
Okay.
And also in your packets, there's a draft notice of the meeting that will go to the freeholders. I'll try and send you only one, Steve, but sometimes, and the labels are printed. We'll have to get envelopes, and Marjorie will have to make the copies. If any changes to this letter, I will need to make before I leave tomorrow, and then I'll get it to Margie, and she can make the copies, and it'll be mailed. Well, it's dated November 30. I get back that day at probably 6 o'clock, so it'll actually be postmarked November 1st. I mean December 1st. Yeah. But this is for the board to look over, discuss whatever. But Margie called the Valley Republic, and for the legal to be in Friday, they got to be in on Tuesday. So we just sent the information down to them.
Margie, I'm assuming then we do have a fire.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
That's clear.
that night, because AA has gone to somewhere other place.
Okay.
So here, we have resolutions to sign.
And in your resolutions, Ray, I'm sure you haven't seen 11.6, the fast one concerning the meeting. Hearing, sorry.
These are all here, they all need to be signed.
So what is this now? Oh,
See, those are the resolutions that we do following action because the board can act by resolution.
right, and that has to do with public hearing?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So we need,
You're talking about
Here it is, right
resolution
here.
11.6?
It's there.
oh,
I'll pass these. Okay.
so just sign these and pass them on?
If your name's on it, sign it, yeah. I don't have a pen to sign that. Four, six. Okay. You, right up here, see who's left officers, that was in resolution of the
Okay. Officers, that's not me.
You know, I was looking at your letter here on that, I guess I, agree that we need to, have the public hearing on that. I feel a little bit uncomfortable at this stage of the game. Still in the sentence, if you have questions, please call Ray Thompson, President. Of course, their phone numbers would be wrong.
Well, it isn't important to be asked.
Because I guess I'm,
I put that in there, like, in pencil.
I think we still have a prefix for 406, don't we?
No, District 605. So we want a district at 605, is that?
It should be 406.
Yeah.
605 is my son. So.
Okay,
Hey.
that's what Ray was.
Yes,
Yeah.
no problem.
406. Okay.
Mhm.
I guess 7780 is the rest of it.
Yeah, I have it.
But anyway, looks like I've got some homework to do, and how do I go about, I guess getting the appropriate information in my mind, so that if I'm contacted by somebody, I can tell them what's been going on and why it's been going on. I know that I'm aware for some time that we were going to be doing this, but I guess that's all I can say on it right now.
Do you want some clarification on the
Well,
resolution of the motion that was made? The how and why? Just where we're at financially.
well, it's not so much that. I think I would feel at this point, if Monday morning somebody called and asked me a question about this particular issue, it probably wouldn't be much help.